Today's workout is going to be the basic Joseph Pilates leg slide. And I'm going to show you how we can move, progress through a very, very basic beginner leg slide and progress it up right the way into an advanced. Okay, we're going to work in multi-plane movements in sagittal plane, frontal, and also into transverse, into rotational movements. So all you need to do, take my jumper off, all you need to do is get yourself a mat. I'm not going to use any equipment, and I'm going to focus, I'm going to focus on our leg slide. All right, so set yourself back on your mat, okay? Make sure I'm into the view. I'm just bring myself a little bit forward so you can see. Okay, all right, so we're going to come back together. So let's come into a seated position. So it's always good technique, not just to flop down, yeah? Thudder down onto the mat. So let's come down together. So we're going to come down together, and when we finish the exercise, we're going to come back up together. So let's lengthen our arms away from us. Let's sit up nice and tall. Tailbone tucked under, knees parallel to the ceiling. And before we go down, thinking about how strong we feel, yeah? How powerful and how confident we are on this Monday, a first day of our new week. Okay, let's go. So arms open, okay? Relax your shoulders, tuck the pelvis under and your under through and the tailbone, and just come down, yeah? Rolling through, vertebrae by vertebrae, yeah? Don't come down in a big flop like a sack of potatoes. We're gonna come down, down and through, and then open, okay? So let's bring our feet in a little bit closer in towards the gluteal muscles. Now before we do anything, I just want to make sure that if you just put your hands on top of your hip bones and we're parallel to the ceiling, yeah? I'm in a neutral position, yeah? So my spine's got a natural curve, yeah? I'm not flat into the mat, I'm in a natural curve. There's no posterior tilting, anterior or posterior. So we're in a lovely, comfortable position. You can place your hands where you want to, open or into a T-shape, aeroplane, or down at the side of you. Okay, I want you to lock on. So I really want you to engage the abdominal muscles, and also I want you to just to slightly engage on the pelvic floor. So whatever we do now, you're going to maintain that strong feeling into the midsection, okay? So we'll stay. Now from that position, what I'd like you to do is slide the right leg away from you. Yeah, slide away and then bring it in, and then the other side. So slide and close. Now as I'm sliding, nothing is moving, yeah, into the powerhouse area. Everything is staying strong and controlled as I slide and release it back, and again. Now we can step it up. I'm going to go quite quickly through this, but you can always come back, yeah? So I'm going to go into a slide. Now I could make it a little bit harder because I could bring in my upper body. So I'm going to go into shoulder mobility. So if I'm going to work with my leading right arm and then my left leg, yeah? So I'm going to take it through. So I go back on my right and on my left leg and in, okay? And then the other side. Back and then in. And it doesn't matter if you don't get your rights and lefts. Just think about opposite arm to opposite leg, yeah, as you slide. And sometimes, guys, do you remember in the class, we've done this with the mini ball under the foot, so it's much easier. I prefer it with the mini ball. But for today, for those of you who haven't got equipment and you're new to fitness Pilates, let's just do it without any equipment. Okay, now I could change this. So I now could do double arms, yeah? So I could slide the leg away and then bring it up and over to the top. I can slide away and then bring it up to the top. Yeah, lovely. So slide and in. One more time and slide. Remember, you don't always have to use the arms. You can just leave them down at the side of you. Let's all leave them down at the side of us. I'm going to go into a tabletop. So I'm going to come up onto my right into that tabletop. Now it's a little bit harder. Okay, but from here, I'm working the lower abdominal muscles, yeah, from think belly button down. So I'm into my tabletop. Then I release that down back to the mat. Then the other side, up and lower, yeah. So nice and basic, nice and easy. But I really want you to, as as you execute each movement, you take your mind into the muscle, yeah? So really take your mind into the midsection, so nothing is moving, okay? We're happy with that. Let's go up. So stay up on your right and then onto your left. Little bit harder, and pull down, yeah? So as both legs are up, I don't want you to be pushing your tummy up towards the ceiling, okay? So into your tabletop position. Okay, now from there we can do tap downs. You could do a tap down and then back and then tap down and back. Okay, and again. So I've reversed it down, back into tabletop and then down, back into tabletop. Now I can make it a little bit harder, so I'm going to stagger. So I'm going to take my foot down, I'm going to stagger 1, 2, 3, lift up and bring back, and the other side. So stagger 1, tap 2, 3, lift and back, yeah? And again, so it's a 1, 2, push and in, yeah? And remember, you can always go back. 1, 2, push and in, okay. Now, we can go into a full leg extension if you want to. So instead of the stagger, we go out into a full leg extension and then back to tabletop. And the other side, full leg extension and back to tabletop. And again, so extend, back to tabletop, and extend, back to tabletop. So this is obviously primarily sagittal plane. So we're just working forward and back, staying in our alignment. I want to hit the gluteals in a different way, all right? So I'm going to go out into a little bit of frontal plane. So I'm going to go over, out to the side, in and back, yeah, other side. Out to the side, extend, open, in and back. Okay, remember that, I'm going to come back to it. But I want to go back to sagittal plane with you. But let's take the arms with us. Let's go on same arm, same leg to begin with. Okay, so I'm going to go back, okay, extend and sink together. Now let's really think about our breathing now. So exhale and inhale, and again. So exhale and inhale, and again, exhale and inhale. Now let's try opposites. So let's go back on one arm and opposite on the leg, and in, yeah, and again. Take it away, extend and bring it back. Now remember, you can always go back to the leg slide, yeah, rather than the extension. And any time that you want to stop, just bring your knees into your chest and then give them a hug, yeah? So you may feel this around into the hip flexor area, might be feeling a little bit tired, okay? Now from this position, bring your arms in and let's have a little pause, yeah, a little rest for all of us. And just rock side to side, okay? And then we're gonna go up into a further level, all right? So we start, remember what we started from, leg slide. So really thinking about those hamstrings, yeah? Remember on Friday on the video clip, I gave you a hamstring rehabilitation. And we need to strengthen the hamstrings and all this lengthening that we're doing as we extend, yeah? Flex the knee, bring it back, we're working those hamstrings. Okay, so we're gonna go back into tabletop position. Now, this is what we call dead bug. So the arms are up to the ceiling, fingers to the sky, and then you're into this position. Now, let's go back. So I'm gonna extend on my right arm and on my left leg, and then in, yeah? So again, staying in sagittal plane. All right, lovely. Then I'm gonna come into frontal plane. So I'm gonna go open, take my arm out and my leg, and then in and back, yeah, the other side. So it's 1, open, 2, and this can be quite challenging for the mind as well. But don't worry, we all get it wrong, yeah? We all get it wrong, we're not perfect. And in, remember, take your mind now into the midsection. What's happening into the midsection? You haven't let it go, have you? You're keeping it nice and tight. Remember the belt is on, and in, and again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, release the hands down. I'm going to do a little bit of rotation. So I'm going to extend just one leg away from you, yeah, one leg away, and just little circles, Yeah, little circles. And I think it'd be fair to say we'll leave the arms down for this one. Circle, that's it. Now if you find this too difficult with the leg in tabletop, then you can take the foot down. And if you find it too difficult low, then take it higher to the ceiling. Let's change that, yeah? So again, take it away about 45 degrees, so start harder. Go into your rotation, round we go. Okay, now, if this feels too difficult, then place your leg down, yeah? So your foot is down onto the mat, keeping the leg into 45 degrees. If this feels too difficult, then take your leg up towards the sky and then do your circles. Okay guys, bringing your legs in and back to tabletop, all right? So from this position, I'm just gonna roll over, come over towards me, roll over, okay? Keeping the thighs just away from the mat, and then up to the center, inhale, exhale, and then roll over the other side. Okay. Now the reason I ask you to keep your legs away from the mat, yeah, is it brings in an abdominal workout. If we take the legs down and you would just allow them to relax, that becomes a back stretch. So we're not ready to stretch out yet, okay? Hold it there, guys. So it's just like a little release. I love that exercise, knee rolling. Okay, establish the position. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go into a single leg extension and take my arms behind, yeah? So out and both arms go back. So I've just added it now, rather than single arms, I've taken it to both arms, yeah? Over them go. So breathe in and breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Let's finish this off. Let's double if you can. Breathe in, pull together, and breathe out. And again, push away. So the lower you go down towards the mat, the harder it is, yeah? 45 degrees, a little bit easier. And I said lower and in. Let's just do one more, and then we're gonna hug those knees.